educational. He conducts comprehensive psychoeducational, developmental, behavioral, and diagnostic assessments and designs evidence-based intervention plans that enhance learning, communication, and adaptive functioning within school environments. Mr. Blessing Adeyanju works collaboratively with educators, parents, and multidisciplinary teams to implement practical, data-driven strategies that promote inclusion, measurable student progress. So, he's committed to strengthening school-based mental health systems and advancing evidence-based practices that improve academic and behavioral outcomes for children. So this is the profile of our speaker this morning. So before I invite him to come on board, honestly speaking, I've actually had one-on-one relationship with Mr. Blessing Adeyanju. And honestly speaking, he's very vast when it comes to AP. Like, he's very, very vast. On different occasions, he has given some advice, interventions, that helps change some behaviors, for children who are on the spectrum. And I don't just want to go further because if I should go further, we might possibly not live here. So with great pleasure in our heart this morning, can we all together invite Mr. Blessing Adeyanju to come on board? Mr. Blessing, please, you are welcome, sir. Can you please come on board and tell us what we are in here for this morning, what you should be expecting? Thank you so much, sir.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Taiwo. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you. I can see Moreni KG. Thank you. Please, yes, I love that thumbs up. If you feel you're getting along, you can do a thumbs up. Oh, I think I got this information. I feel this information. You can use the chat box too. When it's question time, use the chat box. Thank you. Thank you, Adijat. I can see you. iPhone, is it iPhone 17 now? I can see you. I know just iPhone. Oh, Angela. Oh, that's Angela from Katsina. Good morning. Good morning. I see your message. Amayo. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I think it's a good point to start. Okay, Mr. Tawa has read my profile. That's me. Oh, this is the small me here. So, and the reason why we're doing this is to guide us to be sincere. So this is born out of passion, looking out from what we experience today out there. There is a need to come up with this talk show. I will mention a few. One is when many parents reached out to me, of course, because of the level of my expertise. Oh, they reach out to me, they need me to get someone, or they want me to do the job. And I cannot do it because I can't divide myself. I'll be like, sir, the laborer, the harvest is much or whatsoever, but the laborers are few. That is, in this field, we have just few people that can do it like you want, or people who can do it just as you want Mr. Blessing to do it. There are people who can do it as I can do it, but there are a few of them. So, and that has been on my mind for years. This has been going on for years. And there are only few people in this field as far Nigeria is concerned now. Yes, there are only a few people in this field in Nigeria. So, we simply means the few of us that are doing it, we will be choked doing it. And on the other hand, another reason why we brought this talk show is because we have some people who are doing it with passion, but they are not doing it in the right way. So there is a need to bring in the talk show. And on the other hand, again, we have some people who are doing it well with passion, but they are not certified. And this disqualifies them on different bases to go ahead or to grow their career. This even make parents to look down on them, or caregivers or stakeholders to look down on them. Again, we have people who are just doing it, but they are not, they are not doing it so well that it could benefit the child. That's another reason why we bring this talk show, so that the children or the caregiver, whosoever is receiving support from these people, should receive the best help. That is why we brought this talk show. So, and thank you for joining. You know, those of you that watched the intro, the videos, the invite videos, you will see that, I talked about how some people have passion and needs to advance their career. And that's another reason why we bring it here. For those people who don't know how to advance their career in the field, both within in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. That's why we brought it here. There are a lot of people who have used this same field, this same course to Jackpa. Yes. So, but I will not go into that. So that we can face what we want to face today.
Okay,
So,
sir.
thank you for having me once again, Mr. Taiwo.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
sir. We are glad for such bringing so much understanding to what we are here for, so that everyone can get to, prepare their mind for what they want to hear. And also, I have so much questions for you this morning, which I believe that you are ready to definitely give justice to this morning. And also, I believe our participants also have questions to ask you, which you are ready to definitely answer us. But first question that I would like to ask you this morning is that what actually inspired you to pursue a career in applied behavior analysis? What was your passion? What inspired your passion to going into ABA, sir?
Okay, well, before I went into ABA, it was actually psychology I went for. Of course, ABA is a kind of, branch in psychology. Yes,
Mm,
it's an offshoot in psychology. So, and what made me go for psychology was because I felt I could impact lives, children lives.
mm,
I felt I could make any concept understandable, only if I don't
mm,
understand the concept. But as long as I understand the concept, I can make it understandable to anyone. I feel there is no one who is dull. I feel as long as you are a living organism, no matter the condition, you have
mm,
the ability to learn. So,
mm,
and while I was growing up, so before I actually chose psychology, so while I was growing up, I had some academic challenges. And it was until I got to, I think, just 3 before
mm,
there was a great turnaround as for my academic
mm,
challenges. And that was as a
mm,
result of a teacher I met that changed
mm.
everything
Wow.
around for me. And I looked like, yes, I looked like a superstar.
Wow.
So then that changed my notion that, yes, I can also make the same impact that this
Yes.
teacher is making.
Mm,
Then I went into psychology, XYZ. My daddy told me what it was all about. Then why, I was trying to prepare for school, and boom,
mm,
after psychology, there was a need to further my career. got so good. I mean, I got to be working in an organization where the founder is passionate. Yes,
Mm,
I think some of you might know her if I mention her name, Mrs.
mm.
Ose Suzy Bolodeoku. So I met
Yes, sir.
her and she introduced me to ABA. Of course, I was one of our first sets who started it, and I mean, I went for the course, did the exam. Oh, a whole lot of knowledge. So those
Mm,
were the things that pushed me into doing ABA. So, and when I was applying it, I saw that and this thing was working. Then I
mm.
decided I didn't stop at the first level. I began to go deeper and deeper. So that was what pushed me into ABA today.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for that. So, when you have passion to, when individual has a passion to see other people improving, in life, so it wants to create a kind of desire in you that, oh, this thing, if I have challenges, in this area while growing up, I believe, I know me going into this area will definitely help me to, help others too. So thank you so much for that. And I equally want to ask, can you briefly tell us what ABA is and why it is becoming increasingly important, in this dispensation?
Okay. ABA, the name is Applied Behavior Analysis. That's the full meaning of ABA. And Applied Behavior Analysis is a science. So it follows scientific principles in terms of intervention. Yes,
Hmm.
the fact that I'm doing this talk show for those who are interested in children, adults also use it. They use it for teenagers, for adults, and even for animals, animal behaviors. So, and that is ABA, right? And the reason why I think many people are going through or are going deeper in ABA, why it's relevant is because it has shown significant results. Yes, the intervention has shown significant results. It is
Hmm.
not just here in Nigeria.
Hmm.
So it is, I mean, it is relatively new in Nigeria.
Hmm.
Relatively new in Nigeria, right? I don't think
Hmm.
ABA is up to 15 years in Nigeria, to
Wow.
be sincere. Yes. So I just gave it that 15 years.
Hmm.
So, yes. So outside of Nigeria, that was what ABA, that was where ABA have been used.
Hmm.
So, and the reason why it is relevant is people began to see progress there, and it was brought into
Hmm.
Nigeria. It
Hmm.
was used. We're beginning to see progress here. And those guys abroad, some of our Nigerian people abroad that were
Hmm.
doing ABA, that did ABA there, they were looking for something similar in Nigeria when they come to Nigeria.
Hmm.
Then it begins to create more relevance in Nigeria. People begin to look for ABA. I've had cases where people brought in the assessment results and they want to stay in Nigeria and they are looking for ABA practitioners in Nigeria that can work with
Yes,
that
sir.
particular learner. So
Hmm.
that makes the need for ABA continue to increase. And
Hmm.
why is it increasing in Nigeria? Why are those guys not staying there in Nigeria? And sorry, in the US or other states there? Why are they not staying there and they are coming back to Nigeria to do that same ABA that they
Hmm.
introduced with us? Because
Hmm.
of we are practicing ABA and we are considering cultural concept,
Hmm.
culturally relevant intervention
Hmm.
alongside with the ABA. That is why it becomes more increasing in Nigeria. The demands continue to increase in Nigeria. So
Yes,
that,
sir.
I mean, these guys, we are now practicing it in Nigeria. And these guys understand our culture more in Nigeria. So that
Yes,
is
sir.
why the demand continues to increase here in
Yes, sir.
Nigeria. So
Sir.
even I've had a case where in Nigeria and over there, she goes for summer and come back and she says, no, why she still prefers ABA in Nigeria is, I mean, the child was acting girlish, XYZ, and they were like, oh, when he grows up, he will discover his gender. So leave him. And it's a boy. So, and they said, oh, when he grows up, he will discover his gender, just leave him. I mean, so he might be a girl later, XYZ. And that is why most of them will also come to Nigeria because of cultural relevant intervention.
Sir.
So
Sir.
alongside with the ABA that they are practicing over there. So the demand is increasing. Another reason why the demand is increasing is more people are getting diagnosed with conditions where ABA has been proven to work. So yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I was speaking with somebody recently, and honestly speaking, we were talking about how, people in abroad are now bringing their children down to Nigeria, to work with them, in ABA settings. We're like, is it that it is not working in abroad or what is it? But that's what you just said now that, considering the culturally relevant aspect of it, that, okay, fine, in Nigeria, there is a way things are done that, okay, fine, this, finding a child, a child born in Nigeria, relocating to abroad, and and at the end of the day they realize that this child is not probably having some kind of behavior that a child should have, and because of that they are now bringing the child back to Nigeria, that, okay, fine, I feel it works better in Nigeria, so let's just come back home and do the important thing. And also, I want to ask that many people have heard of autism, but not ABA. How would you explain ABA to someone with no background in psychology and special education? Because the thing is, I've spoken with a lot of people, and when I tell them about ABA, they ask me, what is ABA? Like, it's something new to them entirely. For someone who doesn't have any understanding about ABA and special education, what can you say in order for such person to have a depth understanding of what ABA is?
Yes, it's as simple as, I mean, ABC. If for someone who don't have understanding about what ABA is, or you probably have heard what autism is, or what Down syndrome is, or some what they are. For someone who do not have information about what ABA is, ideally at the basic level, if you see a child not talking or an adult not doing, is performing below the expected cognitive range. So, I mean, you will know there is something wrong and you will want to do something. Everyone wants to do something at the basic level. The family members want to do something. It's either they want to give you a bow or want to teach you a skill or say go learn trading XYZ. In that manner, that is, I can imply it as the intervention that has, I mean, guides, scientific procedures that will help you achieve better results. So in a simple way, that is what ABA covers. There is no big thing about ABA. Your willingness to give intervention is what ABA covers, but gives hand over a baton that makes you follow a process that will make your zeal or your passion faster. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for that, sir. And also, I would like to ask that who are the people that can actually become ABA professionals? Is it meant for some set of people? Some people might have been asking, how do I become ABA professional? Like, who exactly are the set of people who can become ABA professional? Can you explain this to us, please?
Okay. Yes, so anyone can become an ABA professional as it is now. So ABA, of course, it's like I said, it's a foreign stuff. Permit me to use it that way,
Yes, sir.
right? Brought into Nigeria.
Mm,
And the criterion they give
mm,
over there is is very, very flexible that
mm,
anyone can use it. Anyone
mm,
can be an ABA professional. So
mm,
even if you don't have a PhD degree, a master degree, or a
mm,
BSc, or even if all you have is an NCE or SSCE, you
mm.
can be, yes, an ABA professional.
Wow.
But you practice ABA to a different level
Mm,
compared to someone who has PhD. The height you might get to might be different
mm,
from the heights you might get to if
mm,
you are an SSE holder. But
mm,
it's everyone can practice ABA, but at
mm,
different level. Can
mm,
be a professional, like a professional who is licensed. So
mm,
as an SSE holder, a BSc holder, MSc holder, PhD holder, you can practice ABA.
mm,
So I think those are the basic thing. And it doesn't matter if what you studied before is engineering, is
mm,
accounting, is law, is physics. You can
mm,
become an ABA practitioner. In fact, many people, I've had people who their primary field is law. Their
mm.
primary course of study is law. And they've gotten to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
highest heights of ABA.
Mm, mm,
So it's possible if you know how to
mm,
navigate your way.
mm,
So, and that is why we are here today. People navigated, I mean, someone showed me the light, then I tread through. So the
mm.
same light is what I want to show so that we all can follow and can get to any heights that we wish. So, yes, thank you,
Oh,
Mr. Taiwo.
okay, sir. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And also, I want to ask, when the team came up that, becoming ABA and beyond, becoming an ABAT and beyond. So the topic actually says on ABAT and beyond. What does beyond actually means in this context? What exactly is beyond? What does it means really?
Okay, okay, so I will use the words. Okay, before the beyond, I think let me talk about ABAT, then I'll
Hmm.
mention the beyond.
Yes, sir.
That ABAT, ABAT, is
Mm.
Applied Behavior Analysis Technician.
Okay.
Yes, that is the first level of it.
Mm.
So anyone who want to practice, you want to be
Mm.
an interventionist,
Mm.
ABAT, Applied Behavior Analysis Technician,
Mm.
is what is is the first level. And the beyond now goes to QBA, no, sorry, QASP-S, Qualified Autism Service Practitioner Supervisor, and
Mm.
QBA, Qualified Behavior Analyst.
Mm.
Hold on a bit. There are different boards. There are different boards, but the board that is relevant in Nigeria, that's what I'm introducing you to, that accepts Nigeria to be under them. That's what I'm
Mm.
introducing you to.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
So for the board in Nigeria, those are the three basic levels.
Mm.
Yes. So, and I would also, I think, mention the boards after this talk show. Yes, Mr. Taiwo can drop the link to the board that accepts Nigerians. Yes, and that's what
Okay.
I'll be guiding you through from today and even beyond today. Yes, the board that allows Nigeria to register under them XYZ, you can practice from Nigeria. Not that the other boards don't allow Nigerians, but you have to go there to practice. You can't practice from over there. So the board that allows Nigeria to practice is the QABA board. Why the other board, the very first board, is BCBA board. Those ones, if you want to practice, they stopped the fact that you can practice from Nigeria with the board. You have to go there to practice or to even write the licensing exam. Yes. Not that you can't practice over there. They also have 3 different levels. For those of us that are not in Nigeria, you are not in Nigeria, let's say you are in the US, you can signify so that I will touch the other boards for you. Yes. But they also have 3 boards too, right? So, which is the RBT, the BCABA, and the BCBA. Yes. So I'm not going deep into their board. So that is, and the beyond, we're talking about under the ABA field. Of course, there are requirements for each of those levels.
Okay.
Yes. But the very first basic level where everyone can operate from, even if you are an SSC holder, is the ABAT level. That is the ABAT level. That is, you can provide intervention if you actually go through the coursework and understand it. You can provide meaningful intervention.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, sir. You know, I've actually heard, and though I have not seen personally, but I've heard from people who practice ABA, who are into it, carrying out intervention with individual on the spectrum and with other neurodevelopmental condition. But then I've heard them saying, you know, they've met with people who says, oh, even though they are not in ABA line, but then they can still carry out, they know how to go about carrying out intervention with children on the spectrum. And, you know, I want to ask, how true is this? Is it possible that one still do it in the way ABA has placed it, that okay, intervention should be done for somebody who does not have any experience and who is not even certified as an ABAT or any level in ABA line to do intervention in the appropriate way? Can you please bring light to this, sir?
Okay, here is it. I won't totally rule out those who are practicing without learning ABA or who don't have certification in it. There are some things that we do that we align, but they wouldn't know some of the behavioral effects because it's not guided by science. They've not gotten much experience or researches that has been done on it to know that when you continue this thing, this is the end result of it. So they might not know the end from the beginning. Yes. So we are not trying to say those that study ABA is God, because yes, I know they used to use that qualification for God. He knows the end from the beginning. But what we are saying is based on how the way we only know the end is based on research. So they might get some things right, they might get some things wrong. They might not know when some effects might be more dangerous later in the future, while currently it might be doing good. But later, it might have some adverse effects on the learner. Yes.
So it is just like somebody who read the description of how to use a drug without without being instructed by the physician. So
Exactly.
at some point it might actually work well, but at the end of the day, you start seeing that things are falling back. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you so
And
much.
and when things are falling back, the individual will not know what next to
Mm,
do.
exactly,
So that is
exactly,
what happens.
exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. And this will actually lead me to this question that what are the qualities or personal characteristics that make someone a good ABA practitioner?
Okay, to be a good ABA practitioner, what you need is one, patience.
Mm,
If you are not patient at any level, it might be difficult for you to practice in this field.
mm,
I've had some people fall out within the first week they started it. I've had some people fall out, I mean, in few days that they were
mm,
introduced to it.
mm,
So patience is needed. If you are not a patient type, you can't do it.
mm,
In fact,
mm, mm.
right from this talk show, better start falling out. To be sincere. Yes.
I'm serious.
Although, like I mentioned at the start, ABA is not for children alone. It can be
Mm,
used for teenagers, adults, right? But
mm,
irrespective of the group you are using it for,
mm,
to be sincere, you need patience. Patience is one of the qualities. Two, you need to be open to learning,
mm,
continuous learning, continuous learning. You need to continue to learn. If you are not ready to learn, if you are a type that is one off, after my licensing exam, yes, oh, I have the international license now. Yes, I mean, no more book, no more reading.
mm,
I mean,
mm,
you will not grow in the field.
mm,
You will not make impact. You will
mm,
just be doing whatever you are doing as a job, and
mm,
you may just be earning from it, but you won't be making
mm,
impact.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
soon you will be outdated because there are
mm,
always new information in this field, new
mm,
information
mm,
in this field every time.
mm,
So with my years of practice, I still I still do what? I still read updates.
mm,
Whenever there are some new information, I still call my team that, hey, hello everyone, get this article. Let's review this article. What did these people do to make this
mm,
impact?
mm,
So you must continue to learn if you are in
mm,
the field. If you
mm,
are not a learning type that you just want to do it one off, get the certification, get a good job,
mm,
or get a gig and fall out, it is not for you because
mm,
you will not be able to renew your license safe if you are not learning.
mm,
That's the truth of the matter. That is why it is so structured. Like I said, it's not a Nigerian thing. It was brought into Nigeria, and that is the way they structure their things.
mm,
You might not be able to even renew your license. So those are the few things: patience, passion. So hunger for growth. You must be growing. Learn. So those are what you need.
mm.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for that, sir. And
Yeah.
when this is actually personal. When I first met Mr. Blessing, our speaker, you know, on meeting him, I would hear him say, go and read this, go and read that. I was always like, is it every time one should read after, this thing you feel you are doing well, but he comes again and say, go and study, go and study. And even after now, I've had, personal relationship with him that he would probably, ask me to probably reach out to somebody to know what, if this person has read this and that. I'll just be like, well, actually, working with him personally and meeting him has made me to understand that in this ABA line, one might not really go far if one decided to be satisfied, with the current level at which he or she is, because he has gained one certification and you feel like that is the end. And it impresses me so much that, Mr. Blessing is somebody who study, you always seeing him reading one or two things here and there, even after the heights he has attained currently, even in Navy. Well, that's very good. That's very good. Thank you so much for
Yes.
that. I want to ask that um is it possible to build a long time career in ABA? So some people might actually be like, maybe it's not something that lasts forever. Maybe it's just something that has just come for a period of time. Is it possible to build a long time career in ABA?
Oh, of course, yes. So it is possible. You can build a long time career. You can grow. You can be a what are they calling it? An expert in the field.
Mm,
Yes. So
mm,
you can build a long time career in the field. And
mm,
even though I said ABA is relevant, is relatively new in
mm,
Nigeria, yes, there are universities adapting ABA into their curriculum now.
mm,
I know
mm.
Unilag is already adapting ABA in their curriculum.
Wow, wow,
They invited the QBA recently to speak.
wow.
Today, I saw an update. In Nnamdi Azikiwe University, they brought a QBA to speak
Mm,
today. Universities are already adapting it into their line of studies.
mm,
There are schools abroad that you can do masters in ABA.
mm, mm.
Yes. So you can build a long-time career in it.
Wow,
My MSc thesis and everything is around ABA.
wow,
Yes, even my PhD own is around ABA.
wow.
So what am I trying to say? You can build a long-time career in it.
Mm,
So, and be an expert in the field, be a consultant in the field. You can get
mm.
to the point whereby all you just have to do is, because you have so much knowledge, you've grown, people just consult you and say, okay,
Yes,
come,
sir.
we need your
Yes, sir.
expertise on
Yes, sir.
XYZ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, as little as I am, I consult for schools. So you can build a long-time career in it, but it's not
Mm,
an overnight thing.
mm,
It's not an overnight thing. So it's possible. And sometimes you need to learn some things in addition to it.
mm, mm,
So for example, or switch from your field proper into
mm,
fields that will make you grow in ABA.
mm.
Yes, it's possible. So that is it.
Thank you so much for that, sir. Before I actually became I came into ABA line. Initially, I was like, is this thing going to last forever? Because it's not something that is common in Nigeria. So I was like, do I really want to go into this thing? But after coming into it and practicing and working with people on having neurodevelopmental condition, so it occurs to me that it's not even something that can die. In years to come. It's something that will even outlive people eventually. Thank you so much for that, sir. And
Yes.
yes, I have another question that where can ABA professional work? People might have been thinking, okay, fine, if I decided to become ABA professional, where can I work? All sorts of questions coming through the mind of people, that way. Can you please bring light into this?
Okay, yeah, thank you. As an ABA professional, you can work in many places. So, and at the basic level, you can work in school. That's
Mm,
one. Not as a
mm,
classroom teacher, but
mm,
as an interventionist, as the program. You can work to coordinate special
mm,
needs program. You can work, you can grow to be a Senko,
mm,
being the one coordinating the school special needs program.
mm.
as an ABA professional.
Mm.
Yes. So, however, I mean, you are likely, you must be on at least the second level to do it effectively.
Mm.
That is the QASP-S now, Qualified Autism Service Practitioner Supervisor,
Mm.
to do it effectively
Mm.
as a Senko. But in that same school, you can work as an interventionist at the first level, an ABAT,
Mm.
Applied Behavior Analysis Technician.
Mm. Mm.
That reminds me, there is a board I didn't introduce you to. It's a board too that is getting popular in Nigeria.
Mm.
The IBAO board. They do ABA too,
Mm.
right? So it's getting popular too. It's upcoming in Nigeria too. It's getting known. But this QABA is more known in Nigeria than
Mm.
that board, International Behavior Analysis Organization.
Mm.
So it's getting more popular in Nigeria. So their own first level is called IRT. So IBA, International Behavior Technician, IBT rather. So
Okay.
that is the first level in their own board. So what am I
Mm.
trying to say? You can work in school as an interventionist or a Senko,
Mm.
yes. Or you can work in a clinic, yes, that is specialized clinic that work with individual who needs
Mm.
the service of an ABA professional. So whether
Mm.
there are behavioral challenges or aspects where you need to apply ABA intervention in.
Mm.
So you can work in a specialized clinic providing
Mm.
that service.
Mm.
So you can work in an hospital, yes, as a
Mm.
practitioner.
Wow.
So you can work, yes, you can work in a hospital. I have a colleague. Although in Nigeria, hospitals have not yet incorporated that.
Mm.
Yes. So, but I have a colleague who left Nigeria and she's currently working in a hospital setting
Wow.
as as an ABA practitioner.
Mm.
So, I mean, those are the places ABA practitioner can find themselves. Anywhere you can work, yes, in a church too. You can work in
Wow.
a church too, yes. Churches now have departments where they bring in experts as an ABA practitioners
Mm.
to provide intervention, advice, XYZ. Yes. So you
Mm.
can work virtually any setting where you find people.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
So, but in Nigeria currently, the most relevant places now is in a clinic or in in a school for different purposes. Yes, you
Mm.
can work in a research with a research firm too. You can
Mm.
work with a research firm too. That is, you are doing the research aspects of ABA,
Mm. Mm.
yes, or of behavior in general. So
Mm.
those are places where you can find yourself relevant.
Okay, sir. Thank
Yes,
you so
and
much for that. Okay, sir.
yes, and as a private practitioner too. I mean,
Oh,
private consultants.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really great. The opportunity that ABA actually created for individual who comes into the line is enormous in such a way that one can have different opportunities of diversifying your professionalism, which is very, very, very much okay. And I want to ask that is ABA limited to working with autistic individuals alone? People might actually be like, oh, So does it mean that after becoming an ABA professional, the only set of people I can work with is, people on autism? And what can you say? Is it only limited to autistic individual now? Oh, we
No.
need to know
Okay,
this.
the straight answer is no. It's not only autistic individual you can work with, or
Hmm.
individual with autism that you can work it
Hmm.
with. Any neurodevelopmental disorder, you can work with them as long as the behavior is involved, whether vocal behavior
Hmm.
or physical
Hmm.
behavior that deals with
Hmm.
movements from one place to another,
Hmm.
or behavior, yes,
Hmm.
you can work with any neurodevelopmental condition, and
Hmm.
even with individual who is neurotypical but needs some behavioral intervention,
Hmm.
of course,
Hmm.
you can work with that individual. So it's not
Hmm.
only people with autism. Down
Hmm.
syndrome, you can work with an individual with Down syndrome, cerebral palsy,
Hmm.
ADHD, talk of,
Hmm.
I mean, different conditions. They will need your intervention as an ABA practitioner. However, there might be
Hmm.
jurisdiction to which you can work with. Just work within your areas of expertise with any condition you are working with. With an individual, there might be
Hmm.
different areas of needs. Just cover your own areas of need with
Hmm.
that individual and leave the rest
Hmm.
for other professionals to do it. So, as an ABA practitioner, to be sincere, you can't do everything. You are working, you
Hmm.
must learn how to work with a multidisciplinary team. Yes.
Hmm.
So you will have where you fit in, you will have where others fit in as an ABA practitioner.
Hmm.
So, thank
Okay,
you.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. And I want to ask that why should someone consider becoming an ABAT? That okay, why should I consider myself becoming an ABAT, even though maybe I found myself in school settings, for some people who have already been working with individual with special needs, and they are now asking that while I've started working with children already, and why should they consider becoming an Harvard? What opportunities lies in for an Harvard person? Can you help us with this, sir?
Okay. So, yes, there are, for an individual, if I got your question, an individual working in school already, right? School setting already. So the importance of the
Exactly,
person, yes, becoming an ABAT.
exactly,
Yes, like I mentioned
exactly.
earlier, an ABAT is the first level, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
and why you should get certification if you must work with special needs or give advice is one, so that you can know how to do it the right way.
Hmm.
You are doing your best, to be sincere. But if you actually want to help, why not get knowledge so you can help very well?
Hmm. Hmm.
So beyond the certification, learn
Hmm.
it, get certified. So that's one reason why you should do it. Two, no one will take you serious
Hmm.
if you are not certified with the way it's going in
Yes.
Nigeria. I've
Yes.
had people who
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
know, I see them and I
Hmm.
see the potential in them
Hmm.
that these guys
Hmm.
can do well.
Hmm.
If if they go into the field or if they get more knowledge.
Hmm. Sir.
So, but you wouldn't be given the opportunity if you are
Hmm.
not
Hmm. Hmm.
certified in most cases.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Exactly.
had an experience of someone who, in fact, people who have good knowledge, good experience. Mr. Taiwo can relate with what I'm saying. People who have good knowledge, experience
Yes,
in
sir.
this thing, in ABA, they've done some courses and all those things, but they are not certified. And those
Hmm.
people, I can beat my chest for them that they will get results.
Yes, sir.
But when I recommended them, even though I knew, I already told them that they must get their license. They must write the international exam, that is the board exam, to get
Hmm.
license so soon, as possible.
Hmm.
Do
Hmm.
you know pending the time while I recommended them till they get they are done processing their license. Parents, stakeholders, and other stakeholders that were in the meeting, they were not even ready to give them a chance. They don't want to hear, you are not licensed. No. So you might not be given a chance, irrespective of your potential or your passion. That is why you should get licensed. There are places whereby if you speak, no one will take what you are saying as important.
Yes, sir.
What you can do, they will hand it over to someone else who is licensed that might not even be able to do half of what you can do. Opportunities might not flow to you. And beyond that, you will give the right and the best of the intervention when you are trained and licensed. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that you will benefit from being licensed. You will work under a professional board, and of course, you will get along the line, you will work under ethical codes. And even when you are tempted to do some things that are not good, you remember the ethical codes guiding you. And that's why parents too and stakeholders want to make sure you are licensed, so that you know that there is something for you to lose when you, when you you misbehave or you are tempted to go beyond the ethical codes. Yes. And parents and stakeholders now in Nigeria, they are getting more aware. Among us here now, it's not everyone that is practicing or want to practice. Some people are parents that just want to have information here. Yes. Some people are already practicing here. Some people are here who just want to navigate. Some people are here who are here to just japa. But irrespective of what you are doing, if you know you want to practice, just make sure you get the right information and certification, get the right skills. So that is it.
Thank you so much, sir. And the last thing you said about the fact that some people are already informed. I know of a particular parent or a client I was working with some times ago. The parent was very, very, she's very, very informed on, on ABA. At times she'll be saying some things, and even me as a professional, I'll be like, how did this woman know all these things? So, for somebody who is not now in practicing, who is not certified, and you now want to go into this thing, you get challenged at the end of the day. For parents who, who have read, studied, now coming to ask you questions that you cannot ask. So, it's many a times, not because I'm not certified, but, it pushes me to go for knowledge so that, no matter what the question they want to ask,
Exactly.
I still want to be able to give them the accurate answer. Thank you so much for that. And that being said, what are the eligibility requirements for ABAT certification? People might have been like, okay, now that I know that there is a need for me to become certified, what are the requirements to become, an ABA certified person?
Okay. So before this skips my mind, I will answer this question, right? But before this skips my mind, later, for those interested, I will also send a form. The QABA board, they are coming to Nigeria. This is their first formal visit to Nigeria. They've gone to many other countries. And it's open for everybody to join the seminar when they come to Nigeria, whether you are licensed, you are a parent, you are a practitioner, XYZ. So I will share the registration link to you. I think they are coming in September or in October. They are still gathering data and information before they make their final decisions on, I think, the date and how to go about it. I will share that, and as soon as I share that, please register, and I encourage you to. It's in Lagos. I think, yes, they are coming to Lagos. So that is that. So your question, sorry for diverting, but I don't just want to miss that information. That's why. So the requirements as an ABAT, which is the first level,
Mm.
Yes. Is one, you must at least have an SSC degree,
Mm.
that first level.
Mm.
And about that level, there are those who are giving those one-on-one intervention, those ones implementing the intervention.
Mm.
Yes, that is the ABAT level, right? We're talking about.
Mm. Yes,
So
sir.
what you need is at least an SSC degree
Mm.
or certificate.
Mm.
Two, you must be 18. That is 18 years old, though, like not
Mm.
a teenager.
Mm.
So when I said 18, yes. So you got that. So
Exactly.
so yes. So the next is you must not have any criminal records.
Mm.
Are you with me?
Yes, yes, please.
You must not have any criminal records.
Mm.
I think those are the basic information for that level.
Mm.
Yes. So that is it. So if you have
Okay.
any criminal record, because a background check will be done. So you must, yes, oh, that's not all. Sorry. You must complete to be certified. You must complete 40 hours of approved ABA training. Oh, 40 hours
Mm.
of the training. You must complete
Mm.
it.
Mm.
So the ABA way, the training will cover the core principles of ABA. We
Mm.
cover ethics.
Mm.
So the course provider will give it to you. We let you
Mm.
know. So maybe at the end of this section, I
Mm.
will um I will talk about course providers in Nigeria where you can
Mm.
get this service provided.
Mm.
So you must have 15 hours of supervised field work.
Mm.
15 hours of supervised field field work.
Mm.
Yes. So those are the basic requirements. You must obtain a recommendation from your supervisor.
Mm.
I've talked about the background check. You must have a
Yes,
valid
yes, yes, yes.
passport, government ID card.
Mm.
Maybe your NIN, your voter's card, it must be valid. And you
Mm.
must pass the exam. That's all that it takes.
Mm.
That is all that it takes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
So, but after getting your license,
Mm.
please, you must know that there is a renewal process of every 2 years. But
Mm.
I wouldn't
Mm.
go down into this. Yes.
Mm.
But before the 2 years, of course, after your license, you must get a supervisor after your
Mm.
exam. But trust me, as long as you are on our platform, I will guide you through from the beginning to from the course provider till you get your license.
Mm.
See how to register your exam for your exam, all for
Mm.
free. All will be done
Mm.
for free.
Mm.
Because like I said, we are few in this field and I can't choke myself. I can't die. The number of people calling Mr. Blessing is too much. So let it reduce. Yes.
That's
So
great.
that is it.
Mm. Okay.
So for the ABAT level, yes. And
Thank
that's the
thank
first stage.
okay.
So do we
Okay.
have, if we have, I think I should use the opportunity to talk about those that are not on the ABAT level because we have people with BSc here. We have people
Mm.
with MSc here.
Mm.
we have people with PhD here
Yes,
who
yes.
want to go beyond that ABAT level,
Yeah.
just the interventionist level. Although
Mm,
for a start, you can start with that, but
mm,
it's not a must you start with that if you have
mm,
beyond an SSC.
mm,
That's the
mm,
truth of the matter. If
mm,
you have a BSc, you can start from the second level, QASP-S. That is, you don't want to be doing basic intervention. But in
mm,
Nigeria, yeah, it's common that you find a BSc holder
mm,
with that, especially those who are just delving into the field.
mm. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So you find a BSc holder, start with that ABAT level, that is of giving intervention. And that is what is most relevant now
Mm,
in Nigeria. That is what is most relevant now. People need who can give intervention. So as a
mm,
BSc holder, if you start from the ABAT level giving intervention, it's not a bad thing.
mm, mm,
But for those who are going beyond the intervention level, so if you can do this thing, what are they calling it? The QASP-S, that is, which is the qualified autism service practitioner supervisor. Not that you cannot give intervention at this level. Even me as a QBA, if I want to give one-on-one intervention, I can give,
mm,
right? I
mm.
can still do one-on-one intervention.
Nah.
Yes, but I can decide not to do one-on-one intervention.
Mm,
They all have their jobs. Sorry, I
mm.
don't know if you have questions for me on that level, so that I should not talk about it before the question comes, or should I just talk about it at once?
Just, you can talk about it at once. You can talk about it at once so that we will not go back to that again, please.
Okay, okay. So to be on the second level, which is QASP-S, BSc upward, that's the
Mm,
requirement.
mm,
So what you need is, of course, you must be at least 18 years old.
mm,
Yes.
mm,
So that's one of the basic requirements. So you must complete 180 hours. Yes, 180 hours of approved coursework. For the
mm.
ABAT, it's 40 hours, but your own is
Exactly.
180 hours.
Mm,
Yes. And your ethics is 20 hours. Your your own supervisory coursework
mm,
is 8 hours. Within that 180 hours,
mm,
the autism core knowledge 15 hours there, but in total for that one is 180 hours.
mm,
So complete, you must now have 1,000 hours of supervised field work.
mm.
It has been revised. I think it is 1,500 hours. I think it used to be 1,000 hours.
Wow.
It has been revised.
Mm.
Yes. So those ones, the ABAT level is 15 hours they need of field
Yes.
work supervision. But your own is 1,000 hours.
Wow. That's a
Yes.
lot.
Yes. So, and you must have a government ID card just like those ones, the ABAT.
Mm,
A
mm,
background check will be done. Yes,
mm,
that you don't have a criminal record. You must pass the exam, and upon passing the exam, you must have a supervisor.
mm, mm,
Yes. So you will still have a supervisor as a QASP-S, the second
mm,
level.
mm,
Yes. So that is it. So don't worry for those of us that are not, maybe you are missing some information right now. Please, we will also put this thing on our YouTube page where you can rewatch. Please take
mm.
note of that. so that you can
That's
always
great.
rewind and go back to
That's
get
great.
some things.
That's great.
So that is the basic requirement for the QASP-S level. So, and because of the financial implication, that is why even people with BSc prefer to start with the ABAT level. And later, when they gather money, they grow. And some just want to start from the ABAT level to gain experience, understand the field, understand how it works, hands-on experience. So when they get to the next level of supervision, they have good knowledge. Me, I went, before I got to the QBA level, I made sure I passed through all the process. So you are talking to someone who did not skip any process. I passed through all the process, the first stage, second stage, third stage. And I can tell you how everything looks like from the point of registration to the point of doing the exams. I also guide people who want to write the exam. But that's another topic for another day. Let's leave that one. And finally, on the last level, QBA. This level, if you have what are they calling it? An MSc, yes, you can do this QBA level, which simply means you can skip the ABAT level, the QASP-S level. The third level is the QBA. If you have an MSc, you can do it. Yes. So you will still need the field work, to be sincere. Hands-on experience, because without the hands-on experience, you can't be licensed. So forget the fact that you are skipping ABAT and you thought you've escaped it. In this QBA level, you will still do it. You will still have the fieldwork experience, because you cannot supervise someone that you don't have experience over. The person has hands-on experience than you, and you are talking, you are trying to supervise the person. You are not, you are not going to be supervising well. The person will be telling you what to do. You know, there is this joke we used to make in Nigeria that someone who goes to study elect in school, coming out and trying to become a boss over those street electrician. As at the time they spark two wires, you will run away. So that is something similar to this. But there is a provision for that, even if you are skipping those levels, because you have an MSc, you will still need to go through some supervision before they license you. So the requirement is you must be 18 years old. You must have your certification in related fields. That is maybe education, psychology, special education, social works, XYZ, or other related health professional fields. So there are people who divert, who goes, at their BSc, they just change and do. You can do, see, if you have not done your MSc before and you want to grow, do all these related fields. Unilag, I know if you have in education that is not even related to this, Unilag will let you do educational psychology at the MSc level. Currently now, if they haven't changed it, but I know some people that have done it. You can take advantage of that. You can do your MSc in educational psychology. And you can run it as a part-time. They do part-time. So I know of Unilag because I'm in Lagos. I spent all my life in Unilag. Yes. So I can tell you many things about them. So, and take advantage of that. From, if you do educational psychology, you can come in, or some other things in education that are related. You can come into this, or do PDG in education and find your way in that way. So, and I could still make some further inquiries regarding that for you. So you can send some messages if you have questions. So the requirement is 270 hours of approved coursework. It's different from the QASP-S.
QASP-S.
Yes. While your supervision now is 2,000 hours of supervised field work.
Wow.
2,000 hours of supervised field work. Yes. So both direct and indirect. So they will do criminal check, background check, XYZ, and you must renew after 2 years of your license. At this point, you are not under anybody. That is, no one is supervising you. You are self-supervision. You can supervise others. But before you can supervise a QBA like yourself to get license, you have to be, I think, 1 year of your license. You must be licensed for 1 year. But to supervise other levels, as soon as you pass your exam, you can supervise other levels. Yes, I think questions can be coming in if you want to ask questions.
Exactly.
You can put it in the chat or raise your hand. Those of us that prefer to talk.
Yes.
Before I move so far. So at any point in time, just raise up your hand or drop it in the chat. Mr. Taiwo will see it.
Yes, please. So please, I was going to say that before the next question, though. Okay, somebody's raising hands already. That's great. Somebody's raising hand already. Please, if you have question, you can be raising your hands or drop it in the chat box so that we can read it out. We can read it out. Okay, now, so since we have somebody raising hands already, so can we have your question, Mr. Ikechukwu Ejiogu?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, can you hear me? Okay. So please, my question is, when somebody wants to do, apart from the ABA, okay, let me start with the ABA to the ABAT now. After one has concluded the work, that's the coursework, the supervision, where does one source for the supervisor who does the supervision for the person? That's my question, sir.
Okay, thank you for that question. So now, during the coursework process, your course provider will provide the supervision, the 15-hour supervision. Of course, I'm not a course provider yet, but I am part of the facilitation for a course provider. So what we do is we invite you to the clinic and you do your fieldwork supervision here. And there is a virtual arrangement made too, according to the board. There's a process to follow. Your supervisor knows exactly. If you are not in Nigeria, we have some people that are not in Nigeria but chose us as supervisors in Nigeria. It is accepted, but there is a guideline to follow for supervision. So there are also ways to get supervised. You can get supervised. If you say, oh, I know Mr. Blessing, but I don't want to use Mr. Blessing as my supervisor, you are free to choose someone that is not even Mr. Blessing. You can go to the board website and look for supervisors there. So if you are licensed already, your name will be on the board. Anybody can go and check your name on the board. You find my name there, you find Mr. Taiwo's name there. Parents that want to do background check might not know. They will go there to find your name. That is the same way you can go there to find a supervisor. I have someone who is in Maryland, I think in the US, and she's looking for this. I just went to the board. I said, these are the people in Maryland. Chat any of them up, reach out to them and get them to supervise you over there. So only if you want me to do online supervision according to the board requirements, we do it for you. So I think I answered your question, Mr. Ikechukwu. Did I?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. But will there be payments to that effect?
Sir?
Will there be payments to that effect? Will I have to pay for supervision?
Okay, during the coursework, this thing, most service providers already charged it together. So at that level, you don't have to stress yourself. But after certification,
Okay.
you need to get a supervisor, you have to be paying. So it's an agreement between you and your supervisor that, I want you to be my supervisor, but I don't have a client yet, or I'm an independent practitioner. I only collect so amount. Please, can you accept this with me? I know this is your supervision field, XYZ. You guys will have an agreement. So, and
Okay.
a legal binding or whatsoever on the agreement, then that is it. But your supervisor, of course, anybody you are choosing as a supervisor won't do it for free.
Okay. Thank you.
Only if they want to do it for free.
Okay,
So,
sir.
yes.
That being said, I just want to ask this. Some people might be like, okay, fine, after obtaining my ABAT certificate, after being licensed as an ABAT, that means I can, go ahead and practice on my own. So are you saying now that as an ABAT, such person must be under a supervisor in order to be able to render service for individual who are on the spectrum or other neurodevelopmental condition?
Yes, according to the board requirements, you can practice independently, but you must have a supervisor. That is, it's not
Wow.
when I mean independently, it's not with an organization now. You can say, I have a family I want to provide this service for. I'm providing this service for. But as you are providing the service, make sure you have a supervisor.
Wow.
So there are a lot of goods. Aside from the fact you are giving your supervisor maybe a token or an agreed fee between both of you. There are a lot of benefits you will gain from that. There, if I don't go into that, there are some people who have put their neck into problem because there is no supervisor to stand for them. So, or to guide them. It was an issue. No one could speak to them. I've had where there was an issue and the person just went online and picked out random person who is as a supervisor. And when they went to get that person, arrest that person, and the person denied that, I don't know you. Do we have anything doing together? So to avoid some problem, just get a supervisor so that he can guide you. And when there is issue, he can stand in the gap for you.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, I think there are more questions.
Yes, sir. We have before Olaiwola Busola, we have Mr. Christian Gavo. Please, can we have your question?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, okay, so thank you for that expository. I have two questions. Me, I'm a money person, right? I like money. So my first question to us is, I am working, or I have something I'm already doing, but from what I've heard, I want to see if I could add this to whatever I'm doing. And here we are also talking about some work hours, right? Some work hours. So my question is there any way to work with you guys while going through this process so that at the same time one can actually be accumulating his or her work hours, right? That's number one. Then number two, maybe I don't have a job, I don't have anything doing. And then
can you please be audible, Mr. Christian? I don't know if it's from my side anyways. I can't so much hear you.
I can't hear you clearly also.
Oh, really?
Yes,
please. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's quite better.
Okay. Sorry, I'm driving, so The
Oh,
phone is a
it's
bit
fine.
far. Okay, so I said if I'm working, if I'm doing something already, right? If I have a job, and then from what I've heard now, I'm interested in doing something with you guys, right? I'm interested in having this also as another, field that I want to work in,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is there any way after this that I want to learn from you guys at the same time work with you guys in such a way that I can also be accumulating my work hours, because you said there is a field, there is a number of hours, right, that one need to have. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Right?
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So is it possible to say that I'm interested in following this path? Let me start the processes from beginning, but I want to see if I can start accumulating my work hours, right? Is there any opportunity as such, especially for those of us that are probably not doing anything, and or we don't have a job yet, and we are thinking, is there any opportunity now that I can pick while accumulating the work hours at the same time learning, so that it doesn't look like I've heard everything, but
Okay.
if I have to go and start learning now, I don't have a job, like I don't have a means of
Okay.
survival. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
what's the employment opportunity that can help one to also kickstart this journey?
Okay. So I think I got the question. If along the line you feel I didn't address it, please, call my attention to it. So at first, the work hours. Yes, of course, you can get the work hours by working with us, but you have to be registered. You must at least register yourself with a service provider to start your supervision work hours. So now let me now clarify something. I think together with the first person's question, I mentioned that the supervision money or the fee usually has been calculated the with the coursework, right? So please, that is for the ABAT level. For the ABAT level, most service provider for QASP-S and QBA, they don't calculate it separately, then together rather. So just to clarify that, so what you do is you can be taking your coursework somewhere for the QSPS and QBA level and go and get your supervision elsewhere from someone. Or you can decide to take with that same service provider or whosoever is certified among them to give you the supervision. So that's that. So heading back to Mr. Christian's questions, you can get your coursework hours. However, you need to be or you need to have enrolled with a service provider before it can start counting for you. If not, it won't start counting. So if you are only, it will just be seen as you are working. But when you enroll, then it can start counting. So that is one. So your second question is related to, is it make money, or what did you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I want to start now, is there an opportunity with you guys? Because now I need a job. Is there an opportunity with you guys that one can say, okay, at least let me even start testing this thing?
Okay.
You guys, yeah.
Yeah, so things like that. Usually opportunity comes to be sincere, right, with us. But we do prefer if you can start as an intern first. oh, as an intern, and then when then you're being trained, along the line you get, there can be a provision that depending on the agreement between both of you, or the organization says, oh, I think this person is working fine, let's pay for this person coursework.
Okay, so can I interrupt?
Yes.
That's in a long process for me. What I'm saying is there any
Yes.
training you guys can give me now that I can learn one or two things? If you have a job or maybe there is something, send me go. Make I dey get some small podcast.
We
Well,
can't send, if you are not trained, we cannot send you out.
that's what I'm saying. That is there any training you guys can give
Oh,
apart from the
some
standard?
basic training
Yes,
that will
apart
let
from
you start working.
yes, apart from the standard structure that one need to go through.
Okay.
Is there any basic training you guys can offer or a course? I mean, at the beginning, of one can take.
Okay. I
You
think I
guys
get
can.
your question now. I get your question. Of course, we do trainings for people who are interested. We do trainings for people. Some who are already in the field, but they just, or even in study something related to special needs or some other, they're already doing something, or what they want to do is just facilitation, but they want to get training. We do. And I think it will be part of our announcement, and maybe Mr. Taiwo will share it up. We do some basic trainings for people too, like that. Even for parents and for individuals who are already practicing, maybe as a facilitator, but they want to get knowledge, but didn't want to go through, didn't have the resources to start through the rigorous ABA process right now, or the pathway to get licensed and so on. Yes, there is. Did you get that?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So, and why we have such trainings is so that people who want to start doing, there are some people who are just interested in this for their family members. They want to start working right now with their family members or someone close to them, relatives. That's why we come up with this training program. Even though we do much advise that the person can further get license in this program. So thank you, Mr. Christian, for the question. I think someone is also asking it.
Yes, Olayiwola Busola Taiwo. Please, can we have you on board? Can you please ask your question if you are still there? Olayiwola Busola
Okay.
Taiwo.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for your presentation. Yeah. So my question is the duration for the QBA. Yes, because
Okay.
as at last year, I reached out to two service provider, and what I got is that if you want to start with the for the ABAT is 1 month. Yes, but we are doing
Okay.
the QBA is a year, and we have like four semester. So to me, it's like I am starting from this scratch. Like for me to have that first semester, for me to have my QBA, is like I have to go through the like ABAT and the second level before I could get the QBA. I also even tried to ask if I can omit like 2 semesters since I have my MSc and I have a background on this field. It was like the lady was like, no, I have to like do a 1 year full year course on it.
Okay.
So I want
Yes.
Mr. President to clarify me on that aspect.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. So, like I will always mention, so it's not just the service provider you reached out to. So it is the board requirement. Yes. And there is what they are supposed to cover. Your service provider should cover. Like I explained, it's not a Nigerian thing. So it is what
Okay.
the board said that, oh, these people, if for service provider, this is what you should cover. This is the requirement. So they gave them 200, at least 270 hours of the approved coursework. So, or they do it as you must have 18 semester credit hours. 18 semester credit hours. That is for the QBA level now. So what most service provider do in Nigeria is they divide it into 4 semesters. I think, yeah, four semesters. So where you take the first semester, the second semester, third semester. I mean, you write exams and you get units for each of the courses take as required as the board. And whatsoever they give you, your transcript and your certificate is what you use for your license. So it's not a matter of skipping. It will be difficult to skip, even though you have your background in the field already in psychology. But the requirement says that only if you have, where you can skip is, let's say you started QASP-S before, you've done it before, you can go to QBA, but you can't skip any semester. Yes, you can't skip any semester that your service provider is giving you, because they've only shared the things you ought to cover across their 4 semesters. If you ask them to skip some semesters for you, it means some of the things that they ought to cover as provided by the board, they wouldn't cover it, and you wouldn't have a transcript on those things. Only an alternative is maybe when you are in school, you have transcripts of those things, because now, like I said, universities are incorporating it. If you do ABA as your coursework in school, from that your coursework certificate, you can use it to write the board exam straight. You don't have to go through this process. That is for Nigerian schools already incorporating it. So, but if you do not have it, those units on ABA, you can't skip anything. So that is it, Miss Taiwo. I don't know.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay. Okay. I guess we have a question in the chat box. So the person said, well done, sir. Please, mine is from the scratch. Can anyone with education background good to go with ABAT and the rest, or any transitional program into the field?
Yes, like I said, even if you are an accountant, a lawyer, you can be an ABAT. It's just a basic requirement that even if you didn't go to school and to the university and you stop an SSA, of course, you can be an ABAT, even a QASP-S. But where it becomes rigorous, or where they want to be sure that you should have something related to the field, is on the QBA level. So that is it. And I've seen a lawyer who has climbed to the QBA level before. Yes. So at the MSc level, just do something related to education, maybe special education or educational psychology XYZ. You will get your QBA.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. But in all of this, they must pass through a training before they can get certified and be able to write this exam.
Yes.
Okay, sir. And I want to ask that in Mindwell Psychological and Wellness Services, do you offer this kind of training for people who possibly want to become an ABAT or QASP-S, who want to be certified as a QASP-S? Do you offer this training services?
Currently, yes. Currently, it's a no. Right? We are working on it, but we are not yet approved to to give you a certificate of participation that will guarantee you to write the licensing exam. But as an individual, can I train for an approved coursework provider? Yes, which I'm currently doing. So I can train for an approved coursework provider. Can I supervise someone? Can we supervise someone who is doing their coursework elsewhere? Can Mindwell Psychology? Please, if you are not asking a question, you can mute your mic. Can Mindwell Psychology supervise someone who is already doing coursework somewhere? Yes, we are approved to do that. But as a coursework provider, not yet. Can we do some coursework that does not require the licensing now? The board's licensing now? Yes, we can do that one. But for the licensing, not yet. We are on it. So when we can do that one, I will inform us.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, but every other thing, supervision up to QBA level, we can do that one. We are licensed to provide that service.
Okay,
and
sir.
basic and trainings for schools, institutions, even other approved coursework providers. We do trainings for them. With them. Yes. So that is that.
Okay, sir. And I feel I have, after this one, I have 2 more questions after this one. And I don't know if anybody still has questions to ask. Please, if you have, before I ask my question, you can signify either by sending us through the chat box or probably by raising your hands. Okay, so the question I want to ask now is that can you stand in as a supervisor for somebody who already has, who has been certified but currently does not have a supervisor that is overseeing probably his or service, at where he or she is working?
Yes, of course. I can supervise that. We can provide such service for anyone who is already working, but you don't have a supervisor to do that. I can supervise that. So, but if you will want us to come in as a supervisor for you, you must, be willing to follow some ethical guidelines so that we will not burn our fingers, or you won't be doing the wrong thing and be pointing to us as your supervisor, because they will carry me. So we can supervise you and also, guide you through the process till you get certified. So we can do that for you if you are already practicing. But you must be willing to get supervised along the line. And to get licensed rather along the line. We encourage everyone to. Yes.
All right, sir. And please, if you have your question, just like I said, you can signify by raising your hands or chat us in the chat box. So the second to the last question that I want to ask you is that, can ABA professional work remotely? Like, is he a kind of professional that one can decide that, okay, fine. Is he a kind of professional that one can decide to work remotely, not appearing as a person to render the service?
Okay. Yes. You can work. In fact, I've worked with many families that are not in Nigeria, and I'm here in Nigeria. So you can work remotely. I've worked with families who are far away from me, here in Nigeria, but I'm virtual. I'm here doing it virtually. So depending on the needs of the clients you're working with, you can work remotely. And depending on what you are doing, if what you are doing is advocacy, in the field. Of course, you can work remotely. If what you are doing in the field is research, you can work remotely. Even therapy, they do teletherapy.
Hmm.
If it's a learner that can respond through, through the telecommunication devices, of course, you can work remotely.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, sir. So actually, I've actually come across some people requesting for the help of people who can work with clients online. Definitely. So it's actually a good opportunity for once, if one has a certificate in this area. And then lastly, I want to ask that how can interested individuals connect with you or continue learning after today's session? How can they connect with you, or probably they feel like, oh, they are, what you have shared today has really impacted them so much and they still want to get connected with you, probably for more information, to get more knowledge, becoming certified. How can they get connected with you?
Okay. So, just make sure you are on the group chat, right? So you can chat any of the admin up if you want,
Okay.
like a personal section on the group chat. You will get much more information. Yes, personally, for guidance, XYZ, whatsoever. That is how you can connect with me. So,
Okay.
so yes, those are the basic things. That is how you can connect with me.
Okay.
Just
All
chat
right.
the admin on the group chat. So that is it.
All right, sir. And
Yes,
lastly,
I'm also an
please.
admin there. So yeah, right on.
Okay. Lastly, I want to ask if you could give only one piece of advice to someone passionate about helping children with developmental disabilities. What would that advice be?
Someone who is passionate, what
Yes,
would that
sir.
advice be?
Yes, someone who is
Okay,
passionate about helping children with disabilities. What advice can you give to such person?
my advice is that, of course, knowing that you can make a big difference, make sure that you learn patience and make sure that you are desperate for growth and you are actually growing. Don't be desperate, but make sure you are growing, not just being desperate for growth. Be patient and be desperate for growth. Those two things. So that's the advice I can give to you. So when you are growing, you are learning. When you are learning, you are impacting. So that is it. Yes, before it skipped my mind totally. So,
Okay.
I said I will mention some service providers.
Yes, please.
Yes, in Nigeria you can go to, right?
Yes.
So, if you are in Lagos, we have people in Lagos from this chat.
Can
I
you
hope we have people
signify?
in Lagos.
Can you signify just thumbs
Because me, I'm in Lagos actually. Okay,
up?
good.
So,
I can see Anayo in Lagos. So,
okay.
Marvelous Bello in Lagos. Your hand is up. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so we have First ABA Center. That's one I will mention. First ABA Center. And that is, I said I work with a service provider too.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So First ABA Center is where I'm also a facilitator for this certification. So currently they do the ABAT level, but they are working on getting to also license other people or provide the coursework for QASP-S and QBA too. But currently for the ABAT level, first ABA center, we have Shades of Life Care. They are also a good center. Are you getting me? They are also a good center. So those two centers I can beat my chest for. So first is in Lekki. Shades of Life is in Ikeja and in Lekki too. So we have AB Psychoeducation Services. Yes. They are in Lagos too. Ones that are in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, most of them are in Lagos, but we don't have so much service providers like that. Hardly will you count up to 10. To be sincere, in Nigeria. So, but I can guide you through from the point of payments to everything. Yes, on how to go about it. So those are the basic thing. If you want to register with any of them, just let me know. I can link you up, right? I can link you up. So, but you can still do your personal findings on them. I think those are. So for FOSS, they are even having a physical coursework. I think from next week. Next week, all through next week, physical coursework. I think 9 to 4 p.m. or 4:30. I can't remember. So I can also, Mr. Taiwo can also share that information on the group. I think June and August, July, August. In August too, they may do the virtual one, the online training too. Yes. So when that one is out too, I can send it on the group chat. If you are interested, you can reach out to me or just let me know. So on the group chat, yes, that is that. Okay, I think someone wants to ask a question.
Yes, the person said, is Mr. Marvelous Bello raising hand? Do you have a question? Mr. Marvelous Bello.
I think it was when I said who is in Lagos, he raised up his hand.
Okay.
Yes.
So the last question, or probably the person is just asking if he can get the recorded part of this meeting online. So that's...
Oh, of course you can. You can get it. It will be on our YouTube page and it will be shared to you. Yes, it will be shared with you both on your email and on the group chat if you are on the group chat created.
That's
yes.
great, sir.
So please, I want to mention, please make sure you are following our channels, so our YouTube channels, TikTok. We just have an Instagram. Before it was only TikTok we are doing. Yes, please make sure you are following us. Please, thank you, so that you can continue to support our good work. All we do for now, most of them are free.
Yes, sir.
So people can benefit from it. Please make sure you are following us. So I think Mr. Taiwo has some announcement for us.
Yes.
And after the announcement, I think we are good to go for the day.
Yes, I have some announcements for us. Please. Let's just take our time. So I want to quickly put us through the services that are rendered at Mindwell Psychological and Wellness Services. So at our Mindwell Psychological and Wellness Services, we render psychological support, child and developmental services, assessment and screening, group and community support, referral collaboration, consultation services, training and resources. So you can just reach out to any of the admin if you want to, probably ask more on all these services that Mindwell Psychological and Wellness Services provide, right? So you can reach out to any of the admin for further question. And also in Mindwell Psychological and Wellness Services, we render ABA therapy for children with special needs, helping your child grow, learn, and thrive. So the people that Mindwell Psychological and Wellness Services helped, people who have autism spectrum disorder, developmental delays, speech and communication difficulties, behavioral challenges, learning difficulties. So I want to tell you for free that there is nobody that's ever passed through this pass through Mindwell services that does not have handful knowledge of what ABA is all about. Everybody who has passed through this, that has passed through Mindwell has gained enough knowledge to help them personally. So you can reach out. The benefits are there and the rest. Also, ABA supervision and professional mentorship. So for ABA practitioners and school facilitators, maybe you are a director in a school, you need facilitators. So Mindwell Services can help you get facilitators or ABA therapists who are very sound, that can work with, children with special needs and the rest. So services include individual and group supervision, case consultation, behavioral intervention plan, treatment plan development, professional mentorship, school-based behavior support. Yes, all these are available at Mindwell. And believe me, when I tell you that you receive a very handful of knowledge on intervention and supervision activities in Mindwell. In Mindwell, you can see the way our speaker was talking. You could tell that this is somebody who is very sound in this field. And also special piano lessons for children with special needs, improves attention and concentration, enhances fine motor coordination. Yes, you can, these things, you can ask more questions, you can DM any of the admin, and they'll give you, more information about all these things. And for these piano services, we do home services in Lagos. If you're in Lagos, it's just home services. And lastly, I am glad to announce to us that our next talk show, the topic is breaking the cycle, which is understanding pornography, sexual addiction, gaming, gambling, and social media addiction. So this is definitely going to be another very wonderful topic. So you would not want to miss this. Our speaker today is a psychologist. So he's a psychologist, he's somebody who is vast in this area. He was talking about behavioral and the rest, and all other forms of behavior that human can possibly, be emanating. So this is what we want to address in the next talk show, which is on the 1st of August 2026, 10 o'clock a.m. also, and the venue is Zoom. The attendance is free. So you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this for any reason. So I actually want to encourage every one of us, that we should do well to please follow our Instagram, follow our TikTok, and our YouTube channels for more information. We have some shows that we have done in the time past that you can visit, so that it will help you. You can learn from it. And I believe it's definitely going to help you. So thank you so much. Everyone. So I don't know if Mr. Blessing still has one or two things he wants to tell us before we say goodbye to everyone.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm glad you attended, and I'm glad to see you flying, so that you can say, one day it was this Mr. Blessing that put us through. Because today, I mentioned the person that showed me the light years back,
Yes, sir.
that showed me the path, so that one day you can mention, there's this one Mr. Blessing somewhere,
Yes, sir.
online,
Exactly.
that showed me. Please use the knowledge meaningfully and make impact. Thank you.
And lastly, before we go, please, and today we are calling Mr. Blessing, Mr. Blessing. So in a few moments that we cannot tell, so we will soon be calling him Dr. Adeyanju. So, so
No
let's
problem.
maximize the opportunity we have now. That there are some people you have the opportunity to move closer when they are still, at the level where they are. By the time they get to the top of the ladder, you'd be like, I wish I've connected with this person. So please, he's a doctor in making. So so thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much,
you.
everyone. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Blessing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a nice day too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone,
Yes. Thank
bye. Thank you
you.
so much. It's
All
good
right.
having you here.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
sir.
Yeah,
Bye, sir.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.